discuss now the dental implant bridges option, or the segmented dental implant bridges, okay? In this option, as you can see behind me, we're only replacing the teeth, not the gums or any bone that was lost. So we place the implant inside the jaw, and then we connect these bridges onto these implants. So this is the option that I showed you earlier that looked like this, okay? Where you have the implants inside the jaw, and then you have these bridges connected to the implants on top like this. All right, now let's start by discussing who is a good candidate for this option. A good candidate for this option is a patient that have lost teeth, but did not lose the support of the jaw to the facial muscles and the lips. So basically, if that patient had dentures and they take out their dentures and they have that droopy look, that's a not good candidate for this option. Another good candidate is a patient that when they smile, have what we call a gummy smile, show a lot of gum when they smile. Those are good candidates for this type of procedure. Okay, now let's discuss the pros and cons of this procedure. On the pro side, this is a fixed in option, so you're not sitting there concerned with anything that's gonna, come out when you're talking. This is an option that's very small, so when we place it inside the mouth, it's not gonna feel foreign, okay? It's not gonna feel bulky, so that's a great option there. The third thing is it has a high level of aesthetics. It's pretty cosmetic option. From an aesthetic standpoint, it's gonna look as good as it gets. And if we're talking from a function perspective, this is gonna function as close as possible to your own teeth. So basically, if we wanna sum all that up, this is the option that's gonna bring you back to as close as possible to what God gave you, okay? All right, now let's talk about, the cons of this procedure. This is a procedure that will require the highest amount of implants to be placed. It's also a very technique-sensitive procedure, so it requires us to place these implants in specific areas. So what we do, we use computer-assisted surgery to place these implants in the correct spots. It also requires that these spots be free and clear of any infections. So if there is any infection or defects, we have to repair that before we, continue with the surgery. So when we add all that up, this is a procedure that have the highest cost out of all the procedures that we're going to talk about. So keep that in mind when you're making your decision. And at the end of the day, there isn't, a patient that can fit into all these options that we're going to talk about. Every patient, depending on their condition and their situation, will fit into one or two of these options, but definitely not all of them. Stay tuned for the next video so we can discuss the all-on-4 or all-on-X options, the pros and cons, and who's a good candidate for that.